"Human, please save my mom." The alien child's cry echoed through the dark forest. A cold wind moved through the strange alien forest, carrying the smell of wet leaves and something sharp like burnt metal. Lucas, a human traveler, walked alone on a narrow path. His boots pressed softly into the dark soil. He had come to this planet for rare healing plants and some quiet time away from crowds. He wanted peace, silence, calm. But tonight, the forest felt different. It felt alive, as if something was watching him from the shadows. Lucas slowed down. The air grew colder. The trees were tall and twisted, their branches stretching like long fingers across the sky. Every sound felt louder. Every step felt heavier. Even the wind seemed to whisper warnings. Then suddenly, a scream tore through the night. High, sharp, full of fear. "Human, help my mother," a voice cried. Lucas froze. His heart jumped. The voice sounded young, frightened, desperate. He listened again, holding his breath. "Please, someone," the voice begged, cracking with panic. Without thinking, Lucas ran toward the sound. Branches hit his face. Sharp twigs cut his arms. The forest grew darker with every step. The smell of metal became stronger, like blood mixed with heat. After a few seconds, he reached a small clearing under a bent, twisted tree. There stood a tiny alien child. The child's glowing green eyes were full of tears. His small silver-blue hands shook as he pointed deeper into the forest. "Please, human, my mother is trapped. She can't move," the boy said, voice trembling. Before Lucas could answer, the child grabbed his sleeve and pulled with surprising strength. Lucas followed, feeling the boy's fear spread into his own chest. Something terrible had happened here. As they ran, Lucas noticed large footprints in the soil. Not the boy's, not his own. These prints were deep, heavy, and wide. Something big had passed through. Something dangerous. The trees opened into another small space. Lucas stopped, shocked. The alien mother lay on the ground, her leg trapped inside a brutal metal snare. The trap had sharp hooks that dug deep into her skin. Blood covered the grass around her. Her face was pale, her breathing weak and shallow. The boy rushed to her side, crying, "Mom, I brought help." A human came. The mother opened her eyes a little. Pain filled them, but hope flickered there too. "Please, help my child," she whispered. Lucas knelt beside her. The snare wasn't normal metal. It looked like reinforced alien steel with strange symbols carved into it. The markings felt familiar, something he had read about in old travel warnings. Hunters. Dangerous ones. Lucas pressed the trap, trying to open it. The metal was thick and cruel. It wouldn't move at all. Sharp points scraped his hand, making him bleed. He tried again, but the trap stayed locked. "Please save her," the boy cried, tears running down his cheeks. And then, a loud snap echoed from the trees behind them. Lucas froze. The forest went silent. No wind. No insects. Just silence. "They're coming," the boy whispered, voice shaking. Heavy footsteps followed. Slow, firm, echoing against the ground. The smell of burning fuel drifted through the air. Whoever set the trap was returning. Lucas stood, placing himself between the trees and the alien family. His fists clenched. He had no weapons, no armor. But he couldn't run. If he left, they would die. The bushes rustled. A tall armored figure stepped out, a glowing weapon in his hand. His dark armor reflected the moonlight like a blade. He looked at Lucas, then the mother and child, and smiled coldly. "Well, this is more than I planned to catch tonight," the hunter said. And the nightmare truly began. The armored hunter stepped deeper into the clearing, his heavy boots sinking slightly into the soft soil. His metal suit shimmered under the moonlight with dark shades of red and black, and strange symbols glowing faintly across his chest plate. The air around him felt colder, heavier, as if the forest itself backed away from his presence. Lucas felt the alien child clutch the back of his shirt, trembling so hard that Lucas could feel the shaking through the fabric. The mother, still trapped on the ground, weakly tried to lift her head, but she was too exhausted. The hunter's voice was slow and cruel. "You humans never mind your own problems," he said. "But this time, you should have." Lucas didn't move. He stood firmly between the hunter and the alien family. His heart raced, but his feet refused to back down. He didn't know what he was doing, only that he couldn't abandon them. The hunter raised his glowing weapon. A humming sound rose from it like hot steam building inside iron. Last warning, the hunter said. Turn around. Leave. Forget you saw them. Lucas shook his head. No. The hunter's eyes narrowed. So be it. He fired a shot. The blast hit the ground near Lucas' foot, sending dirt flying into the air. Lucas stumbled back, shielding the child with his body. The boy cried out as the shockwave made the trees tremble. Lucas knew the hunter wouldn't hesitate next time. He needed to think fast. The alien mother groaned as the trap tightened around her leg again. The metal device responded to her movement, squeezing harder, causing the hooks to sink deeper. She bit her lip, holding back a scream of pain. Stop hurting her, the boy yelled, tears streaming down his face. The hunter turned toward the mother with a smile. She's already mine, little one. Lucas grabbed a large broken branch from the ground and threw it at the hunter's helmet. It didn't harm him, but it surprised him enough for Lucas to make a move. Run, Lucas whispered sharply to the boy. He pushed the child toward a fallen tree for cover. The hunter growled, firing again. The blast scorched the bark inches above Lucas' head. Splinters exploded around him. He ducked low and crawled beside the mother, examining the trap again. There had to be something he missed. Then he saw it. A tiny glowing panel on the side of the metal ring. Almost invisible unless the light hit it just right. Lucas leaned closer, and the symbols on the panel flickered like warning lights. It's a release panel, Lucas whispered. The boy gasped. Don't touch it. It has poison needles. It's made to kill anyone not wearing the hunter's armor. Lucas swallowed. He looked at the boy, at the mother, at the hunter stalking forward with slow, sure steps. They had no choice. Lucas pressed his hand on the panel. Sharp needles shot out instantly, piercing his palm. A burning shock traveled through his hand and up his arm, like fire crawling under his skin. Lucas gritted his teeth, but he didn't pull back. The panel resisted at first, shaking violently, but Lucas pushed harder. The child watched with fear and admiration. Human, please be careful. The trap loosened. The mother let out a shaky breath as the metal ring relaxed around her leg. The hunter heard the sound. He turned sharply toward them. No. He sprinted toward Lucas, weapon raised for a killing blow. Lucas grabbed the mother's arms and pulled her free. The moment she was out, the hunter's blast struck the ground where she had been. A deep crater exploded into the soil, sending rocks and roots flying. Lucas fell backward with the mother in his arms. His poisoned hand throbbed like a drumbeat inside his bones. His vision blurred for a second, but he forced himself up. Hold on to her, Lucas shouted. The boy wrapped his arms around his mother tightly, tears still dripping down his cheeks. Lucas lifted the mother onto his back again. She cried softly as her injured leg touched his shoulder. The hunter roared behind them. You think you can run? You have no chance. Lucas ran anyway. Branches whipped his face. Sharp vines scraped his arms. The forest blurred past him as he pushed through thick bushes. His lungs burned. His legs felt heavy. His poisoned hand pulsed painfully with every heartbeat. The child clung to him. Please don't stop. Please don't stop. The hunter activated something on his wrist. A red light blinked and began tracking them, heat signatures glowing on a small screen. Keep going this way, the boy said. I know a place. Lucas followed him through the darkness until a huge rock formation appeared ahead. A shelter. It's hidden, the boy cried. He pressed a flat stone on the side. A secret door slid open with a low, ancient rumble. Inside. Quickly, Lucas ran in. The stone door closed behind them just as the hunter arrived outside. A loud, angry roar echoed through the forest. Inside, the cave glowed with soft, blue crystal lights. The child hugged his mother. Lucas leaned against the wall, breath shaking, poison crawling up his arm. They were safe. But only for now. The hunter wasn't finished. He would come again. And next time, Lucas might not be strong enough. Inside the hidden cave, blue crystals glowed softly along the rough walls, casting moving shadows across Lucas's face. He pressed his back against the stone, trying to calm his breathing. His poisoned hand shook uncontrollably, each pulse sending a sharp wave of pain up his arm. The alien mother lay on the ground, her leg bleeding but free. The child wiped her forehead gently, whispering in their alien language. Lucas watched their small family moment, feeling something heavy and protective form in his chest. Then, a deep metallic bang echoed through the cave entrance. The stones trembled. Dust sprinkled from the ceiling. The hunter had found them. Again, Lucas pushed away from the wall, ignoring the dizziness. We need to move. Now. The boy nodded quickly and pointed deeper into the cave. There is another way. A tunnel. But it's not safe. Lucas frowned. How unsafe? The child swallowed. The old ones built it long ago. They left machines behind. Guardians. They do not like strangers. Another thunderous strike hit the stone door behind them. Cracks began to spread across its surface. The mother gasped, clutching her leg. We can't stay here, Lucas said firmly. He stooped down and lifted her again. His poisoned hand trembled, but he forced it to hold strong. They hurried into the deeper tunnel. The air grew colder immediately. The walls shifted from natural stone to smooth, ancient metal. Faint symbols glowed like ghost lights, pulsing as if reacting to their presence. Something about the darkness ahead felt alive, almost conscious. The boy whispered, "These markings were made by our ancestors. They built these tunnels before my tribe existed." Lucas felt an uncomfortable chill run along his spine. Feels like they're watching us. The mother spoke weakly, her voice echoing softly through the metal corridor. They do watch. Always. Lucas swallowed. He wanted to ask more, but another boom echoed behind them, this time closer. The hunter had cracked the outer door. We need to move faster, Lucas said, adjusting the mother's weight. They walked deeper until the tunnel's glow flickered. Then, a sharp click. Lucas froze instantly. The ground ahead split apart, opening into a wide, glowing pit. Blue energy swirled inside like a living storm. The hum of power vibrated through the air. A trap, the boy whispered. A very old one. Lucas scanned the sides and spotted a thin pathway along the right wall. Narrow, dusty, barely wide enough for a single foot. We have to use that, Lucas said, already stepping onto it. His boots scraped against the stone ledge. He steadied himself with his free hand. His poisoned hand hung useless and burning at his side. Slow, the boy said quietly. And don't look down. Lucas tried not to. The swirling energy below gave off a sound like distant screams. Something about it felt hungry. Halfway across, the tunnel lights flickered again. Then the entire structure groaned, as if waking from a centuries-long sleep. A loud metallic roar shook the chamber. Two enormous mechanical arms unfolded from the ceiling, each one as thick as tree trunks, glowing with pulsing red lines. They swung down aggressively. Lucas barely ducked as the first arm smashed the wall above his head. Cracks spread like lightning. Dust exploded around him. The second arm came down, shattering a chunk of the narrow ledge behind them. The child screamed as the ledge shook violently. "Hurry!" Lucas shouted, his voice cracking. He moved faster, pain stabbing through his palm as sweat mixed with poison. The mother groaned softly as each movement jolted her injured leg. Another giant arm swung down. This time, Lucas was too slow. The arm grazed his shoulder, nearly throwing him into the energy pit below. He pressed himself against the wall, breathing hard. "Lucas, don't fall," the boy cried. Lucas gritted his teeth and pushed forward, using every last bit of strength he had. When he finally reached the end of the ledge, he leaped onto the solid floor. His knees hit the ground hard. The boy jumped after him, stumbling but safe. The guardian's arms retracted back into the ceiling, returning to silence as if nothing happened. Lucas panted heavily. His vision blurred around the edges. His poisoned hand felt numb and cold, as if it no longer belonged to him. He stood slowly, pulling the mother closer. "There has to be a way out," Lucas said. But before the boy could reply, a new sound echoed down the tunnel. Heavy footsteps. Metal scraping. The hunter had entered the ancient tunnels. His voice carried through the dark passages like a slow, deadly whisper. "You can run, human, but you can't hide." Lucas stared into the darkness ahead. The tunnels grew tighter, stranger, more dangerous. But he had no choice. He had to go deeper, further into the heart of the ancient, forgotten world. Before the hunter reached them, the ancient tunnel narrowed until Lucas almost had to bend down to pass through. The walls pulsed with faint blue lines, like veins carrying forgotten power. His poisoned hand felt heavier with each step, and the mother on his back trembled with weakness. The child walked close beside him, glancing behind them every few seconds. The deeper they moved, the more the air changed, no longer cold but thick, warm, and strangely alive. Lucas felt as if the tunnel breathed around them. Then, without warning, the narrow passage opened into a massive chamber. Lucas stopped. His mouth parted in silent amazement. The huge room stretched upward like a giant dome carved out of metal and stone. Tall pillars stood in a circular shape, each carved with symbols that glowed in shifting colors. Blue mist drifted across the cracked floor, swirling around their feet like soft smoke. The child whispered, "We are inside the circle of trials." Lucas frowned. "Trials?" The mother weakly raised her head from Lucas's shoulder. "Our ancestors built this room to test courage, truth, and heart. Only those worthy can cross." Lucas didn't feel worthy. He felt tired, poisoned, scared, but he stepped forward anyway. As soon as his foot touched the center of the chamber, the pillars lit brighter. A deep rumble rose from below the floor, shaking dust loose from the ceiling. The glowing symbols shot lines of light across the ground, forming patterns around Lucas, the mother, and the child. The child gasped. "The room has awakened." Lucas swallowed hard. Then, a loud metallic crash echoed from the tunnel they had left behind. The hunter had entered the chamber. His footsteps were slower now, heavier, echoing like a hammer striking stone. His armor was dented from the mechanical arms earlier, and dark cracks ran along his helmet. But his weapon still glowed fiercely. He stepped into the chamber, eyes burning with hatred. "So," the hunter said coldly, "this is where you run to die." Lucas gently lowered the mother onto a flat stone platform and stepped forward. Pain shot up his arm as he clenched his fists, but he didn't back down. The moment the hunter took another step, the entire chamber reacted violently. Blue beams of light erupted from the pillars, shooting up toward the ceiling. The floor split into large circular platforms that began to shift and rotate. The hunter cursed and stumbled. "What is this place?" The mother whispered, "It rejects intruders." Lucas noticed something else. The platform beneath the hunter flickered with a harsh red glow, while the one under Lucas glowed soft white. The chamber was choosing sides. The hunter growled, "Machine tricks won't save you." Another rumble echoed. Two enormous shapes rose from the floor, giant stone guardians with broad shoulders, glowing eyes, and long spear-like arms made of shimmering energy. The child gasped. "The protectors of the circle." One guardian turned to Lucas. Its glowing red eyes scanned him from head to toe. Lucas didn't move. His heartbeat hammered in his chest, but he refused to step back. The guardian raised its spear slowly. Lucas froze. Was this the moment he died? Then the guardian lowered its spear and stepped aside, opening a narrow platform path forward. The child whispered, "It accepted you." Lucas exhaled shakily. But the hunter was not accepted. The second guardian turned toward him, its eyes blazing. With a thunderous roar, it swung its glowing spear. The hunter dodged the first strike, but the spear slammed into the floor, splitting the stone. The hunter fired his weapon at the guardian. The blast barely made a dent. Sparks flew. He snarled, "Move, machine." The guardian swung again, nearly slicing his armor. The hunter jumped onto another moving platform, his weapon glowing brighter. Meanwhile, Lucas guided the child and the mother toward the path the first guardian revealed. The platforms moved unpredictably, rising and falling like parts of a broken machine. A large crack formed across the floor as another explosion echoed from the hunter's direction. The pillars flickered, lights dimming and brightening in chaotic waves. Lucas grabbed the boy's hand and stepped onto the moving platform. His poisoned hand burned sharply, almost causing him to lose his balance. The mother clung weakly to his back. Below them, deep pits opened and closed, glowing with energy. The hunter leaped onto a nearby platform, just a few feet behind Lucas. His helmet cracked further, revealing one of his red, furious eyes. "You cannot escape," the hunter growled. Lucas forced himself forward. "One step at a time," he whispered. Another guardian's spear crashed into the floor, causing the platforms to shake. Lucas nearly slipped, but the boy grabbed his shirt and steadied him. The exit appeared ahead, an archway glowing gold, pulsing like a heartbeat. "There!" the child shouted. Lucas rushed toward it, but the hunter jumped forward, landing on the same platform, blocking their path. His weapon glowed brighter than ever. "You die here," the hunter said. He lifted the weapon, but the chamber wasn't done testing them. The pillars flared with blinding light. The platform under Lucas began to rise. The one under the hunter began to fall. Lucas realized. The chamber was giving him one last chance. Go! Lucas shouted to the child. And the final test began. The platform beneath Lucas kept rising, lifting him toward the glowing archway above. The boy held tightly to his sleeve, trying not to slip. The alien mother clung weakly to Lucas's back, her breath shallow but steady. Below them, the hunter's platform sank slowly, sparks flying from the metal edges. He roared in anger as he tried to leap to higher platforms, but the guardians blocked him with sweeping strikes of their glowing spears. Lucas didn't have long. The poison in his hand had spread up to his forearm now. It looked dark, almost bruised. His fingers felt numb and cold, like they were no longer part of him. Every movement sent pins of fire up his arm. Still, he kept climbing. The platform reached the top of the shimmering archway. A narrow bridge formed from golden lights stretched across to another tunnel. Smaller, calmer, almost gentle compared to the chaos behind them. The boy gasped softly. This is the inner path. My mother once told me about it. Lucas carefully stepped onto the glowing bridge. It felt warm, soft, almost like stepping on sunlight instead of stone. The mother's pain eased slightly as the light touched her skin. Behind them, a loud metallic roar echoed. The hunter had climbed onto a new platform and charged forward, smashing a guardian's arm aside. He's coming again, Lucas said, his voice thin from exhaustion. The boy turned and shouted, Hurry! The sanctuary is near. Lucas moved as fast as he could. His steps felt heavy. His heart pounded. Sweat dripped from his forehead. Each breath felt like he was dragging it from deep inside his chest. He reached the end of the glowing bridge and stepped into a smaller hallway. The walls glowed with warm golden patterns instead of cold blue ones. Strange, gentle hums filled the air, like many soft voices whispering prayers. The mother lifted her head slightly. We are close. Lucas carried her into a circular room where golden lights floated like dust suspended in sunbeams. The floor had symbols arranged in a large circle, pulsing softly in perfect rhythm. The boy whispered with awe, the inner sanctuary. Only those chosen may stand here. Lucas carefully laid the mother onto the glowing floor. Immediately, the golden symbols beneath her began to brighten. Light rose slowly around her leg, healing the torn flesh piece by piece. Lucas felt relief wash through him. You're safe now. You're going to be okay. The mother touched Lucas's wrist gently. Because of you. But the moment felt too brief. A massive crash sounded behind them. The glowing bridge flickered. Then it exploded into shards of golden light. The hunter leapt from the collapsing pieces and landed roughly inside the sanctuary hall. Dust and shimmering fragments rained around him. His armor was cracked, his weapon flickering, but his fury burned brighter than ever. He pointed his broken, glowing weapon toward Lucas. You're stubborn, human, but stubbornness won't save you. Lucas stepped forward instinctively, shielding the boy and the mother with his body. You're not touching them, he said quietly. The hunter laughed. A low, cold sound. You? You can barely stand. Lucas didn't deny it. His legs shook. His vision dimmed. His poisoned hand felt like burning ice. But he stayed in front of them, planting his feet as firmly as he could. The hunter fired. The blast struck Lucas in the shoulder and knocked him backward. Pain exploded through his chest. He hit the ground hard, gasping for air. His vision blurred again. For a moment, he thought he would pass out. The boy screamed, Lucas! The hunter walked forward slowly, like a predator enjoying the final moment before the kill. Lucas tried to stand, but his poisoned hand gave out. He collapsed again, his breath short. The mother reached toward him weakly. The sanctuary will not let him die, she whispered. The boy knelt beside Lucas, tears running down his face. Please get up, please. The hunter raised his weapon again. Say goodbye, human. But then, the golden symbols on the sanctuary floor pulsed once, twice, faster. Light gathered beneath Lucas, swirling around him like warm wind. His body lifted slightly from the ground. The poison inside him reacted violently, sending strange purple smoke rising from his skin. The hunter stepped back in surprise. What is that? The golden light wrapped around Lucas completely. The mother whispered, the sanctuary accepts him. Lucas's chest glowed with a new symbol, bright, warm, alive. The mark of the worthy. His breathing steadied. His eyes opened, and his strength returned in a sudden, powerful surge. The hunter snarled in fear, stepping back instinctively. Lucas rose to his feet slowly, painfully, but full of new light. He was no longer alone. The sanctuary had chosen him, and the fight was far from over. Golden light swirled around Lucas, lifting tiny sparks from the floor. The warmth spread through his chest and down his limbs, pushing against the poison that had been slowly killing him. His breathing grew steady. His vision sharpened. The numbness in his fingers began to fade. The hunter watched with pure disbelief. "No," he growled. "This cannot be." Lucas took one slow breath and stepped forward. The golden mark on his chest pulsed like a living heartbeat. The boy stared at him with wide eyes, whispering, "Lucas, you're glowing." The hunter regained his composure. Rage twisted his voice. "You think this place will protect you? You're only delaying your death." He charged. Lucas moved aside with surprising speed. The hunter's heavy strike smashed into the stone floor, cracking it open. Sparks flew. The impact shook the entire sanctuary. Lucas didn't waste a second. He threw a punch with his good hand. The hit landed on the hunter's cracked helmet with a sharp metallic clang. The hunter stumbled, shocked by the strength behind the blow. "You won't touch them," Lucas said, voice low but steady. The hunter roared and swung again. Lucas dodged, but the edge of the blow grazed his ribs, knocking him sideways. He rolled to the ground, but quickly pushed himself back up, breathing heavily. The sanctuary responded again. Golden threads of light spun around Lucas's feet like protective vines. Whenever he moved, they followed, guiding him subtly, as if whispering where the next strike would come from. The hunter swung his weapon. Lucas ducked. Another blast. Lucas rolled aside. A heavy kick. Lucas blocked it with his forearm, sparks spraying as metal hit the golden aura. Still, Lucas could feel the power fading. The sanctuary wasn't healing him forever, just giving him moments. Borrowed strength. A short window to survive. The hunter noticed the golden glow dimming. He grinned. "Ah, so the gift has limits." Lucas clenched his jaw but didn't reply. The hunter raised his weapon for a powerful strike aimed directly at the child behind Lucas. "Time to end this." Lucas moved without thinking. He jumped between the hunter and the child, taking the full force of the strike on his shoulder. A blinding flash filled the sanctuary. Lucas screamed as pain blasted through his back, sending him crashing into the far wall. The golden light flickered violently. "Lucas," the boy cried. The hunter laughed. "Your sanctuary cannot protect you anymore." The mother tried to stand, but her healing was not complete. She collapsed, tears in her eyes. "Please no." The hunter turned back toward them. Lucas forced himself to his knees. Every muscle burned. His breath felt sharp and twisted in his chest. His golden glow faded rapidly. He knew one thing. If he fell now, the boy and his mother would die. He looked at the hunter's armor. Broken in places, cracked in more, exposed at the joints. And on his waist, the metal snare. The same trap that had nearly killed the mother. The same trap that poisoned Lucas's hand. Lucas's eyes widened. The child noticed too. "Lucas, the snare. Use it." The hunter raised his weapon again. Lucas pushed himself up with the last burst of strength the sanctuary gave him. He ran forward, not for the weapon, not for a punch, but for the hunter's belt. The hunter fired, missing by inches. Lucas slid across the floor, grabbed the snare, and ripped it free. "What?" The hunter snarled, confused. Lucas didn't hesitate. He wrapped the snare around the hunter's armored wrist and slammed the release panel with his palm. The poison needles shot out instantly. A brutal metallic snap echoed as the jaws clamped tightly around the hunter's arm. The hunter gasped, stunned. Then he screamed. The poison spread through his veins quickly, faster than Lucas had felt it. His alien blood reacted violently. His armor flickered. His legs shook. The weapon slipped from his fingers and hit the floor with a dull clang. "You, filthy human," the hunter choked. Lucas stepped back, breathing hard. His vision blurred again. The golden glow around him dimmed until it was almost gone. The hunter staggered, dropping to one knee. He tried to stand, failed. He tried to speak. Only a rough whisper came out. "This is not over." Then his eyes went dark. His body fell forward, crashing against the shining sanctuary floor. Silence settled over the room. The boy covered his mouth, tears filling his eyes. "Lucas, he's defeated, you did it." The mother let out a long breath, her voice trembling. "Thank the ancestors, thank the sanctuary." Lucas tried to smile, but suddenly gasped as a wave of pain hit him. The golden mark on his chest flickered weakly. His legs gave out. He collapsed. The boy caught his arm. "Lucas, stay awake." Lucas's vision faded. The world darkened. He heard the mother call his name softly. The sanctuary lights gathered around him again, brighter, gentler this time. Like a warm embrace. The boy whispered, voice breaking, "Please save him, he saved us." The golden healing circle activated again, wrapping Lucas in glowing threads of energy. His eyes began to close. The sanctuary had one last decision to make. Whether Lucas lived or joined the ancestors. Lucas lay motionless on the glowing sanctuary floor. The golden healing threads wrapped around him like soft ribbons of sunlight, moving with calm, gentle pulses. His eyes were closed. His breathing was faint. His skin was cold. The boy held Lucas's limp hand tightly, tears dripping onto the glowing symbols. "Please, don't leave us. You can't." The mother placed her hand on Lucas's chest, her fingers trembling. "He gave everything to protect us. If he dies, our tribe loses a hero." The sanctuary reacted to their voices. The golden patterns brightened, swirling faster. Warm wind spiraled around Lucas, lifting strands of his hair. Thin streams of purple smoke, the last of the hunter's poison, rose from his hand and dissolved into the air. The chamber hummed, like an ancient heart waking from deep sleep. The boy whispered, "It's trying, it's really trying." Lucas's body jerked once, then went still again. The golden light wrapped tighter around him, glowing brighter and brighter until the entire sanctuary looked like a rising sun trapped underground. Symbols on the walls activated one by one in a wave, responding to the human who had stepped into danger for those not of his world. The mother leaned close. "Lucas, hear me. You are one of us now. You must wake." Minutes passed like slow hours. Then, Lucas sucked in a sharp breath. His eyes opened. The golden glow faded slowly, settling back into the floor. He blinked several times, confused, as if waking from a dream he barely remembered. The boy let out a cry of joy and hugged him so tightly that Lucas nearly lost his breath again. "You're alive. You came back." Lucas managed a tired smile and placed his hand on the boy's shoulder. "I wasn't going anywhere." The mother bowed her head, relief filling her tired eyes. "The sanctuary accepted your sacrifice. It gave you life again." Lucas sat up, running his fingers over the strange mark glowing faintly on his chest. "I felt warmth, like the room was talking to me." "It was," the mother said softly. "The sanctuary rarely chooses outsiders. But you proved your heart." The boy pointed excitedly. "Look!" The sanctuary doors slowly opened with a warm golden flare. A breeze drifted inside, carrying the scent of fresh grass and sunlight. Lucas stood with effort, still weak but alive. The boy helped him walk. They stepped outside. The sight stunned Lucas. A vast valley stretched endlessly. Crystals glowed on cliff walls. Rivers reflected purple skies. Trees swayed with shimmering leaves. And dozens of alien villagers stepped out from hidden shelters, their eyes wide in shock. They see your mark," the mother said. "They know what it means." The boy proudly lifted Lucas's arm, showing the golden symbol on his skin. "He saved my mother. He fought the hunter. The sanctuary chose him." Soft whispers spread across the valley. "The human survived the trials. He carries the protector's mark. He saved our leader." An old elder with silver hair and a glowing staff approached Lucas. He bowed deeply, something the tribe rarely did even for their own warriors. "Human of courage," the elder said. "You risked your life for two of our own. You faced the hunter. You passed the ancient trials. And the sanctuary accepted your spirit." He raised his glowing staff slightly. "You are one of us now." Lucas rubbed the back of his neck, embarrassed. "I only did what I felt was right. That is what our ancestors valued most," the elder answered. The mother placed her hand on Lucas's arm. "Without you, my son would be alone. And I would not be here to guide him. Our tribe thanks you." The boy hugged Lucas again. "Please stay with us. Please don't go back to being alone in the forest. We need you." Lucas looked around the valley. Warm light, peaceful cliffs, families gathering, children running, elders praying. For the first time in years, he felt something settle quietly in his chest. Belonging. Purpose. Home. He knelt in front of the boy and smiled. "Yeah, I'll stay for a while." The boy's eyes sparkled brighter than the crystal trees. The tribe cheered gently as Lucas stepped toward their village. No longer a wanderer, no longer a stranger, but a protector marked by ancient light. The sun climbed higher, painting the valley gold. A new chapter began, not written by fate, but by a human who refused to walk away.